We want to bring in Cynthia Thomas now. She is also in Kerrville. She survived the flooding, but her home was seriously damaged. Cyd, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Just first of all, how are you doing and where are you taking shelter right now?
Good morning. I am currently in Kerrville staying with friends I went to Camp Mystic with.
It's just, when you put it that way, Cyd, it's just been so incredible to learn about that community and the fact that you're saying you went there with friends. We know it's such a generational place that's so special. I do want to hear more about that in a minute. I also do want to show, like Joe just mentioned, your home and stuff. We know we have photos and videos. You shared these with us. We're going to show some of them right now. Can you describe the state of your property and what we're looking at here? What happened where you live?
Okay, that is not my house. That is a couple of houses down, and those people are close to a trailer park that has totally been destroyed. I don't know what's happened to the people. I went over there yesterday to try and find people that I could tell that I found some photographs and little toys and things on my property, and that if they wanted to come over and pick them up, they could, but nobody was there. And yeah, that's the neighbors. That's the neighbors.
Walk us through what that night was like for you and how you were able to survive.
Well, actually, I survived because I was not there. I had planned to be there that weekend, and then a couple of things happened, and I went home to Houston for the weekend, for July 4th weekend. But if I had been there, I would not have left my home, because everybody knows that it doesn't flood like that. None of us have flood insurance, because my next door neighbor had got a quote for his new house, and it was $6,000 a month.
Wow.
For flood insurance. So I've had homes in the hill country for 45 years and have never had flood insurance. And it's flooded, but it just doesn't come up that high. I'm not that close to the river. So, but by that, I mean, I'm kind of at the same height as those cabins were at Mystic. They'd never flooded. So,
Cyd, what does that mean for you in terms of salvaging your home without insurance?
Well, I'm thinking about it really rationally right now. That part for me, I know there are people who are not going to be able to rebuild. But I figure if I've been this many years without a flood, that I'm paying for it now. I'm paying for my insurance now. And I know that my house will be okay. I'm from Houston. We went through Harvey, and I had a friend who was flooded and stayed with me for 6 months. And I watched all the moves that she went through. I watched all the activities. And she became my teacher for now. And I've been able to call her, and she gives me advice on, like, gave me the advice on what to bring to start the cleanup. She's looking at my attitude. Like, how do you receive help? It's much easier to give it. And so I feel, most of all, I'm grieving terribly about the loss of lives, because some of them were friends and those little kids. But I feel so blessed and lucky that I was not there.
And Cyd,
because I'm alive.
Right.
Cyd, you mentioned friends at the beginning of the interview. You said you're staying with people who you know from Camp Mystic. I think that speaks volumes about the bonds formed at that place. Tell us just a little more about that.
Yeah. We've been reflecting on this and kind of like, what's it all about? But I think some of it is when you go to a camp like this, where I felt really heard, and I felt encouraged to be myself. And we lived together. We learned each other's quirks, annoying habits, all those kinds of things. And and yet experience something bigger than ourselves and grander and more fun. The camp is divided into teams or tribes. And so you're always supporting somebody. And so you're learning how to compete. You're learning how to accept defeat. You're learning how to maintain friendships when you're competing, all kinds of things. And so my friends here there's some friends who are locals now, and it's just been great to reconnect and feel like your whole being is involved because they knew you when you were kids.
Sid, thank you for sharing that with us. As Joe just said, it's just so evident what a special place that was, and we are praying for the Mystic community, for Kerrville, for Kerr County. We appreciate your time this morning, and we're so glad you're okay. Thanks for talking to us.
Okay.
All right, take care.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.